So, sir...
We don't have to talk.
Of course not. Still, if you are ferrying us off to some dungeon, can you at least... No, Nezetta, not some dungeon. The dungeons. Remember what the man said. We are to face trial before the Queen. We're being escorted to the palace. Ah, so that's your game. Are we to be made an example of, then? To appease the bloodthirst of the masses? You know what, Nezetta? I'm quite sick of your foolhardy attempts at antagonizing each and every person we come across. Must I remind you that it is not just your own life hanging in the balance, but also that of me and my cousin. Oh? Say, Master Damien, how often have you been taken into custody? 0 times, Nezetta. And you know why? Because I don't goad each and every attacker into taking me captive. I try to reason with them. You know? Like someone befitting of my station? Yet each attempt at me doing so has resulted in you prodding an angry bear with a stick. No offense meant, Sir Knight.
None taken.
So for once in your damn life, could you swallow your bloated pride and realize the situation we are in? We aren't being taken by bandits. We aren't being captured by bounty hunters. We are being arrested by the elite leading order of knights of the country we are in on grounds of espionage. Your barbs help no one but the hungry jaws of hell salivating for your arrival. Pipe down. Damien, you...
Listen to the man. He speaks truth. You wouldn't be the first runaway who believed themselves entitled to refuge, and it's never gone over well in court. Arrogance is death's most effective servant.
Quite right. You're teaming up on me.
I see no point in refusing the man an opportunity to correct his underlings.
My love, you're on my side, yes? But I must protect your honor. How can I stand by your side if I grovel at the first sign of subjugation? Yes, my love, if you say so.
I stand corrected.
On what?
How very interesting.
Do you do that often? Acting mysterious to annoy... Sorry, my love. It's a reflex. I will try to curb it.
Cunning. No one would expect the pale, sickly maiden to be the one giving orders. Though the travel sickness was a lie. We've been on the road for hours, and your cheeks have stayed perfectly rosy the entire time.
That's one way to say it.
Get a perfumed, soft-skinned, well-spoken boy to be your substitute, and chain a skilled swordsman with the demeanor of a guard dog to your side as your lover, and surely none would assume malice of you. You deny it, but you do carry authority, and despite your common garb, your posture gives you away. So, what house are you from, then? Archisa? Nero? Florence? Florence, then. But they have no daughter your age.
How would you know that?
I know more of your country's nobility than you assume. Which is why I know the Florence heir is coincidentally also named Damien. A doctor, was it?
Well, it's a common name, isn't it? Besides, why would we ever leave the country if we are of noble blood? Surely there'd be no merit in... It's all right, Nezetta. I don't mind. But he figured it out, fair and square. Yes, I am Damien Florence, son to Count Edward Florence. I have fled my country, but I assure you I have good reasoning. My intentions are pure. I apologize for the deception thus far. I simply feared being rejected due to the tensions between our nations. Please, kind knight, I understand you are simply fulfilling your duties, but have pity on me. I did not belong there. I could not stay any longer.
It is not I you must plead with, Lord Florence. That judgment is reserved entirely for the Queen. However, Duncan, Sir Leofwin Duncan, a name for a name.
Oh, thank you, Sir Duncan. I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Considering the state of the world, I doubt we could have.
Then, well, I am glad to have chosen the path on which I would. Right.
We're here.
And here is...
Camp.
Good heavens. This is an exceptionally large military camp. Well, we are not too far from the borders, are we? No, we are not. Less than a day's travel from the main pass to Almarun, while north from here. If they're gathering with these numbers, then that means... war.
Less chatting, more walking. What is it, little lady? Those? Ah, the muskets. I imagine you are. Anyone would get curious seeing a weapon that strange. But any more knowledge on the matter must be earned. Speaking of, don't think you have me fooled just yet. I will get your name, one way or another. Men, tie these two up to the post. They have not earned their comfort yet. As for Lord Florence here, get him a bedroll and a tent. Keep it guarded at all times. He is not to leave it unsupervised.
What? Why?
I'm setting an example for good behavior. A name for a tent.
My love, I want you to know I am holding back a lot of words presently. Right. I will bide my time then.
Call to a guard when you are ready to confess. Until then, good night.
My love, are you awake? Yes, it's a far cry from comfortable. Listen. I'm so sorry I've gotten us into this mess. That certainly is true. Yes. Yes, I understand, but if you hadn't met me, then... That's fair. We all chose this. To whatever extent we could choose any of what has transpired. But Lord Florence was right. I certainly haven't made it easier on everyone. I have been disagreeable, contentious, and at points downright reckless. I apologize. Whilst things may not have been different, had my attitude towards our situation been more measured, we may not be tied to a post in the middle of a military camp in enemy territory. Truth is, Princess, I'm quite the bitter sort. From a very young age, it was my sharp tongue and unpleasant disposition that kept me off the courts and onto the training grounds. I had to fight to prove I was worthy of my place among my countrymen. The only way to do so was by emulating my male peers. In all the worst ways, mind you. But conflict is the only thing men will listen to. They may think themselves scholars, but the moment they meet a perspective unlike their own, they're just as stubborn as the farmer and his ox alike. Insults and taunts were what distinguished me from other women. They were a sign of my bravery and heavy-handedness. If I could withstand the societal pressures of nonconformity, perhaps I could withstand the pressures of combat. Now, that may be fine and dandy, and I don't regret playing into their system to get what's mine. But I should never have started believing it, the lie I was telling them. In my quest to gain recognition, I only lost all the parts of myself I initially wanted to safeguard. I became no better than the men I looked down on. I am deeply sorry. You deserve better. I deserve better. I can do better. I will do better. I adore you, Princess, and I will gladly strip away each and every unpleasant layer I have wrought in defense of the world, to afford you a lover as gentle and kind as you, at the very least. Just you watch. I will show you greatness. I will show you love and servitude previously unthought of. You thought you were leading a comfortable life before, being attended to at your every whim. I shall be your servant as I follow you into freedom. I shall give you the world, and all I ask in return is that you love me in kind. I have long rejected my oath to your father. The moment we set foot in that carriage, nay, the moment you told me you loved me back, I wield my sword in your honor, in your name alone. It shall be your name on the lips of our enemies as I part them from their heads. And my blades shall only leave my sheath at your word. You need simply say my name, and I shall fight any and all that challenge you. Royal title be damned. You shall ever be the only queen I serve. When we are free from these bonds, I shall make a vow in earnest. for now, a promise shall have to suffice. On that topic, have we any plans beyond running into enemy territory and being captured by the first knight we come across? Right. The Queen. Pray she is more forgiving than her knights. Though... No. No, it's a silly thought. Well, you felt it too, right? That energy in the air. With the night, princess. I'm talking about Damien. I'm sorry, a soft-skinned, good-smelling, what-have-you, supple boy? What words did he use? Fine, maybe he didn't say supple. Far be it from me to remember his exact words. They just seemed odd to me, is all. And then the whole, I wish we could have met under better circumstances thing. All I'm saying is our aspiring doctor clearly takes an interest in our captor. And if we wish to abuse that... What? Why not? Fine. I suppose that's a fair point. No, I wouldn't like it much either, were my inclinations weaponized against me. Then I suppose we will just have to improvise. We will meet this queen, and then we'll go from there. Though I doubt we'll have many opportunities to strategize after we reach the palace. Which brings me to my next point. Do we tell them of our true identities? Damien's cat is already firmly out the bag, but would it be worth incurring that kind of risk? There's a chance they'll lop off one of our heads on the spot. Or, alternatively, use us in negotiations with your father and send us right back where we came from. Then we both know what happens to us then. What do we do? What is interesting, my love? You know what? You're right. Sir Duncan did seem quite nonplussed about us being lovers, didn't he? I hadn't noticed just how little his face moved. You don't suppose he's also... Right, apologies, I'm still on the Damien thing. Then what is it you suppose? It's normal here. As in, 2 women. Wouldn't that be lovely? I'm sure it will be a few days before we arrive at the palace. Let's hold our cards close to our chest until then. We should gather information and use Damien to do so, since, you know, you've met him. The man might never stop talking, but at least he's quite good at it. At least, when he's not lying. He's a terrible liar. Not that I have room to speak. If anything, you're the only one among us worth a damn as far as deception is concerned. No wonder, with your father being the way he is. Princess, can you feel my pinky? Can you reach it? There. I make you a promise. I am at your command. I shall win us the freedom we have fought for. We can do this. I love you. Now, you should try to sleep. Heavens know what state we will be in when we arrive, and I'd rather make a good impression on the Queen if at all possible. Sleep well, Princess. I'll keep watch.